I feel like you had to have a plan B if you weren't asked.
Yes.
What was it? Welcome to Lightweights Podcast. My name's Joe. Today's guest, Rylee Arnold from Dancing with the Stars. Rylee is back on Dancing with the Stars for her second season, and she's paired with Olympic gymnast Steven Nedoroscik.
Dance is so out of his element.
She opens up about who she speculated she might be partnered with and her first impressions of Steven.
My first impression was just like happy, nice, nerdy guy. That was my impression, and that is exactly what he is, and I just love it.
Some other top competitors on the show.
Dwight is going to be really good. Even though he is really tall, he has such good rhythm.
Her dating life.
I went on dates with people.
And what it's like working with an Olympic athlete. So if you haven't yet, give this video a thumbs up and make sure to hit the subscribe button, because on the very next episode, I have Ezra Sosa, who's on Dancing with the Stars for his very first season. That's coming out very shortly, so without further ado, Rylee Arnold. First off, congratulations on 1 million followers.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool. And congrats on season 2.
Oh, I'm so happy. You have no idea. It's truly just like, because you never know, and you never know if you're going to get asked back. And so, like, getting that call from my second season was truly just a relief, and I'm just so excited heading into the second season.
We're about 5 days away.
Yes.
When did you get the call?
So I got the call about probably like 3 weeks before I moved down. So I knew a little bit longer than I did last year, but it was still very last minute, and I was sitting around all summer just scared for my life.
Are you stressing out the entire summer?
I mean, kind of, because it's just like you have no idea what's going to happen. You expect kind of that you're going to be on, so it's like when people ask you to do things in the fall or you have possible opportunities, it's like, do I accept these? Am I going to be on Dance Stars? Am I going to be in LA? Like, you're just kind of unsure because you literally do not know. So for me, I was kind of just stressed, like, I don't know. Like, opportunities were coming up in the fall. I was either going to live in Utah or come down to LA, so it was just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I was just hoping for the best.
Can you break down the phone call?
Yes. So basically, this one was a lot less dramatic than my first one. I remember my first one, I was just like, pro? Like, did she seriously just say I'm going to be a pro on the show? Because I was just so shook that it was happening.
This phone call is your dreams happening.
Literally. It's like my dream come true. She calls me. Well, first of all, I was at one of my sister's events, and I was just sitting at the table. I had like a long flight before. I was super tired. We just came from the airport, and I was just sitting at the table, and all of a sudden I see Dina Katz, who's the casting director of the show, pop up on my phone. Usually when she calls, that means business. So I'm like, this is either good or this is either bad. We'll see.
Oh, the call could have went the other way.
Yes, it could have gone the other way. So I pick up the phone. She is talking to me. She's like, how are you? How's life? Like, you just did whatever. We kind of talk about that. And she was like, I'm offering a spot for you as a pro on the show again. And I'm like, thank goodness. Literally like close to tears. So happy. She didn't say anything about my partner. I'm guessing at that time, she probably didn't know who my partner was going to be at the time. But she was just like, you're going to move down at this time. You have your first rehearsal on this date. Just whatever. And that was basically how the call went. But then after that, my sisters and my mom all saw Dina Katz on my phone, and they saw me run out, and they were like, the only person she would run out for is, we don't even know. So like, they saw me run out in an urgent, and literally I was like at a part of the restaurant, and I came back to go to like the table with my family, and all my sisters were like up at the front, and they were like, was that Dina? And I was like, yes, it was. And they're like, you're on? And I was like, yes. And it was just like the best moment ever.
What a moment.
Literally, it was so fun. Like, truly.
When do you start figuring out who you're going to be partnered with? Like, who are you cycling through thinking that you're going to be paired with?
I mean, literally, I'm just thinking of any possibility. For some reason, I had this thought that Robert Irwin was going to be my partner because I kind of had put it out into the atmosphere.
You also put out
Ross Lynch.
Yes. And I really thought that was going to happen.
I know, because people were talking about it so much. People were tagging me and things. So I was like, it could be them. But at that point, I'm literally like, I have no idea. And I did not know any of the celebrities until I was like in the show. But when Steven was first announced, I was like, he needs to be my partner. Like, I was just like, he's awesome. I need someone like that as my partner this year. And so I feel like I kind of manifested it. And then when he got like announced early, I was like, I really hope that's the person that walks into the room.
Did you watch him in the Olympics?
Yes, of course. And I saw all the memes, all the TikToks, all the things about him. So I knew exactly who he was. And then I knew that he would have just been a great partner, which he totally is. So
Before we get into the show,
Uh-huh.
can we talk about your summer and how you prepared and what you
Yes.
did to kind of get to where you are now?
Yes.
Was there a lot of training in the off season?
Yes, so I actually did a lot of training this summer. I got with my main coach that has always taught me throughout the years, and he basically just he helped me with choreo, he helped me with my technique, he got my endurance up, but basically I just did a lot of training. I taught a lot of classes, and it's what we call conventions in dance, dance conventions. It's where big group of kids come and they just take a bunch of classes in different styles of dance, and I taught at quite a bit of those. I taught a lot of classes to people, so yeah, I feel I really prepared and took the summer just for myself. I did a lot on social media, I traveled a lot, which was really fun, and I was really excited to do that. I went to New Zealand with Markel, which was really fun. I went to F1 in Miami. I took a lot of trips to LA, but yeah, other than that, I've just been getting ready for the season. I also bought a house, which is crazy. So
Huge, congrats.
literally this summer has just been insane, but I love it.
When you're coaching these kids, are they losing their minds that it's you?
I mean, there has been a couple times where I'm just I feel the love. It's truly so amazing. I went to, so one of my best friends, Carter, he has a high school drill team that he coaches for. It's called Bingham High School. And they asked me to come in and teach a class, but they were it's going to be a surprise to these girls because they really enjoyed watching me last season, and their coaches just knew they would be excited for it. So I came in as a surprise, and they were all lined up at the door, and they were all screaming when I came in, and it was just so surreal. It's crazy that I actually have people that are invested in my life and invested in my success mainly, and it's so cool to be able to see that and feel that love, because it's sometimes you don't realize it. You don't realize there's faces behind those follows and those likes and those comments. And so when you actually get to meet those people that really have the best interest for you, it's so special.
When you see that, does it make you want to open up your own school?
That would be really cool. I mean, I've always, I feel we've always kind of talked about it as sisters to, open up our own studio or, open up our own thing. I think it would be really cool, and probably something I would do when I'm older and I'm married, have kids, have a family, and I'm not really in my professional dancing career anymore. I think it's definitely something I would, consider.
Are you still torn, maybe not even torn, but between Utah and Los Angeles?
Yes, I am torn a little bit, because when I go to Utah, I just feel relaxed and chill and just at home, and the fact that my whole family is there. But then when I come here, it's work, it's fun, I'm busy, I'm doing things every single day. So I still am so torn, but super open to living in either place. And if there's opportunities in LA, I will be here in a heartbeat. And it's a good thing that we are so close and that it's only an hour or so flight. So it's something where I'm I will be in Utah, but if there's an opportunity in LA, I will drop everything in Utah and come right down here.
LA being work mode.
Yes.
We're now coming up to the first episode.
Yes.
There's 13 pros this season.
Yes.
Fierce competition.
Yes, very.
What do you think you're going to bring to the table now that this is your second season versus the first?
Well, what I think I can bring to the table is that I've prepared a lot. I have gotten my first season out of the way. I've gotten the first season jitters. I know what I'm doing. I know what to do to prepare for all the things. And also, I feel I just feel more ready and more excited, and I feel I understand the social media aspect of it. I understand how to post, what to post, and I understand how the dance is going to go. I understand what I have to be mentally prepared for and physically prepared for, and I feel just more ready going into my second season.
How important is posting for the show that you're on?
So important, because half of the reason we stay on is the voting. So I think really making sure that you can engage the audience watching back home, but also just have fun with it. Sharing your genuine experiences and your genuine feelings about the show is so important, because people don't really get to see that. All they get to see is the Tuesday night dance, interview, and that's it. That's all they get to see, and it's hard to base their vote off of something like that. So you need to post, you need to show them what you're what your partner's how rehearsals are going. And I think it's so important to involve that.
You and Steven post so much fun stuff of your behind the scenes.
Yes, it's very fun.
Have you peeped in on any of your other teams' dance sessions?
Yes. There's been times where, like, I'll just join in. I don't know if I've told you, but we do something called show and tell. So basically, if you're at a rehearsal studio, you're probably with, like, 2 other couples at the same time. And there will be a time either, like, in the middle or the end of the rehearsal, and we'll be like, are we going to do a show and tell at the end of a rehearsal today? And we're all like, yes. So we'll all get together in one studio and show each other's dances, which is good because you need to, like, get your celebrity comfortable with performing in front of people. But we'll do that almost every single day. Like today for rehearsal, we got with Alan and Ilona and we showed each other our dances, and it was just really fun.
Have you coached your celebrity on what to expect come dance competition day as far as the lights, the crowd, the cameras?
Yes, I've tried to tell Steven, like, this is what you're going to expect, this is what's going to happen, and it's probably one of the most chaotic days of your life, but it's hard because you don't really know how they're going to handle it until you're in that situation, and it's like he's just got to figure out his own mojo, he's got to figure out what he's got to do, because that's kind of what I had to do. Like, I remember my first episode last year, I was just like, like, I'll do whatever people tell me, like, whatever, I'll go wherever. But then once I'm in it, I'm like, wait, this is, like, something I need to prepare for. I need to be mentally prepared. I need to do what feels right on my body so that, like, everything can go as seamless as I can.
Has he compared any of it to Olympic training?
A little bit, yes. But he still says, like, pommel horse and Olympic training is much harder, which I'm like, you're right. It is. Like, he tried to teach me the pommel horse the other day, and I had the hardest time. The strength it takes is actually insane, from your arms, your abs, your legs. I'm like, how do you do this? And that, oh, sorry, my thing is just going off. Here, let me just, no, I'm okay because I had some. Sorry. Let me think, where was I?
He teach the pommel horse?
Oh, yes. So he taught me the pommel horse, and it was probably the hardest thing I've done in my entire life. So something that's nice about Steven is he knows work ethic, and he understands how to work hard for things. Dance is so out of his element, especially being a pommel horse specialist. Like, he just doesn't have the coordination for dancing, but he wants it. He wants that win just as much as I do. He wants to get good just as much as, like, I want him to. So I feel like it's just a great team together.
Do you see a different level of commitment working with an Olympic athlete?
Yes, definitely. And, like, he just comes into the room. He wants to work hard. He has so much competitive spirit in him, and, like, he wants it just as much as I do, which I think is just so amazing. And Steven, he's just a hard worker. Like, he's worked really hard in his life to become the person that he is today. And, like, he worked so hard to get to the Olympics. He worked so hard for everything that he did. So he understands it. He comes in and he knows that it's not going to be super easy right off the bat. He knows he's going to have to put in the work. He's going to put in extra time. Like, literally, after every rehearsal, he'll study the videos every night, come back in and be like, yeah, Rylee, like, I did this wrong, so I'm going to fix that today, and it's not going to be an issue. And I'm like, you are a dream. Like, are you kidding me right now? This is, like, so nice and so easy, which I love.
Who do you think's harder on themselves, you or him?
Ooh, that's hard. Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty hard on myself at times, but he is pretty hard on himself. Like, he'll point out things and I'm like, wait, I didn't know you messed that up, but, like, good catch. But it's to the point where it's just like he's hard on himself and I'm just like, just do it. Just, like, let it out and dance it, and, like, it'll come when it needs to.
Has he trained with Ilona at all?
No. So they hadn't met until they met on the show for Dancing with the Stars. Like, at the Olympics, there was no crossover because it's so big and there's just, like, so many people, so many things happening. So they hadn't met until Dancing with the Stars started.
Is it crazy hearing them talk about Olympic Games together?
Yes. Yep. And, like, talking about the chocolate muffins, talking about the Olympic Village. Like, I just think it's so funny to hear it because it's like I saw it on TikTok. I saw all the things about it. So to hear them talk about it and, like, the training for it and the things they do, it's just crazy.
Would you ever want to train for any Olympic dance?
Maybe they could bring breakdancing back. And I could learn some breakdancing in the next 4 years. That would be awesome.
Can you break down the work week now that you're in?
So every day we have 4-hour rehearsals. It's either 9 to 1, 1 to 5, or 5 to 9. So basically, we'll go into the studio for 4 straight hours. And then after that, it's mostly chill. Like, it's mostly just, like, go home, rest. Sometimes I'll hop on, like, a Zoom meeting with producers or, like, the creative team to go over, like, the next dance or what's going on in the creative for our next dance. Or sometimes I'll go to my apartment gym and go over choreography. I'll get together with another dancer and choreo prep for dances coming up so that I know what I'm doing. I'll study videos. Like, literally my whole life is devoted to it, but like, it's my passion and it's what I love, so it makes me like so happy.
Is it 7 days a week?
We have our show day on Tuesday, and then it's Wednesday to Sunday straight rehearsals.
Every day.
Yes, and then Monday we have camera blocking, and then Tuesday show day again.
So Monday is not really a training day. You have your routine done by then.
Yes, we should have our routine done perfect by then. And like Monday we do 3 times dance in front of the cameras, lights, camera, everything. And then Steven goes home. And then it's like rest and then show day.
How does it work on that very first 4-hour block together? It's just the two of you in the room and you have the song?
Yes. So that first 4-hour block, basically, I'll kind of workshop things on him. I'll try different things, see what looks good, see what feels good on him. And then basically, usually I'll have a dance ready to go and I'll start teaching him. And like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I kind of change things that night and teach him something else the next morning.
So you know the song prior to that?
Yes. So I'll know the song probably like 2 weeks before I actually have to do it. So like, for example, I have the song for our week 2 dance, even though the week 2 dance has not happened and we don't even know if we'll make it to week 2.
So it's your job to figure that out and get that started.
Yes. So like right now I'm doing choreo prep for week 2, but I haven't taught him week 2.
And you're just making sure he learns week 1.
Yes. Yep. So it's like one step at a time. But like, since we've had like 2 weeks to prepare, a little over 2 weeks to prepare, I'll probably start teaching him week 2 just so he has an idea of it and so he can kind of understand it, so it's not so like chaotic when we get into that week.
Once he gets it, how confident is he that he can pull it off live?
Honestly, something about Steven, which we all saw when he did the Olympics, is he's really good under pressure. I mean, I hope he's really good under pressure when it comes to like lights, camera, action, costume, hair, makeup. But like, when people come into the room and watch our dance, I swear it's our best performance of the whole day, which that's exactly what he had to do the Olympics. Like, he had all of America like, we need this medal, Steven. So he went out and showed up, which I think is so inspirational and so awesome. So I think it's something that he is actually has as one of his strengths, is doing well under pressure.
You mentioned that you would love an Ariana Grande theme night.
Yes.
What wardrobe would you be from which music video?
I don't know. Literally any of them. Like, truly any of her looks, I would be so down to do. I love that I said that too. I just think it's so funny. But like, lately I have just been so into her music and I play it. Like, I'll blast it to rehearsal. So Steven, I drive him to rehearsal every day because he can't drive. So I'll just like get him in on all the Ariana Grande music and just like blast it, and he's just like, this is like not what I like to listen to, but whatever. I'm like, sorry, you're gonna like it now.
How important is emotion for the two of you dancing together so that people, because they're watching at home, that's what they base their votes on?
Yes.
Do you have to teach him that, or does that just come naturally when you guys are dancing?
I mean, yeah, it's very important to have like an emotion when you dance, because if you do a dance and it's just straight face, no emotion, you're just doing the steps, it doesn't really connect to people.
Because that wasn't something that he had to worry about before.
No, yeah, something that he never had to do as a
gymnast
or performer. He never did it to music, and he never had to really put a smile on his face. All he had to do was all he had to do.
An incredible like routine.
All he had to do is like a crazy cool thing on the pommel horse, like
in front of the whole world.
Yes, literally. I'm acting like it's nothing, but it's probably the hardest thing in the entire world. But like, the difference is like his stuff was upper body and he just went through his routine. Dancing is lower body. You have to do it to music. You have to be musical, and then you also have to put a smile on your face, or you have to have a connection with somebody.
He has to have that partner.
Yes, he has to have like a connection with me so we can dance well. It's 2 completely separate things. Both hard, but completely different.
This is the first time a male gymnast is on the show too.
Yes. No, I think it is so amazing that Steven is representing like the male gymnast. He had some of his friends come in which you guys will see soon. But he had some of his friends come in, and it's sad because male gymnasts are very overlooked, and a lot of people just focused on the female gymnasts, which they are amazing. So yes, but they get overlooked. A lot of their programs are cut in college, and the NCAA has a hard time continuing to let the male gymnasts do their thing. So I think it's so awesome that Steven is the first and he could represent for the male gymnasts, and I really think he is going to make a huge change in the male gymnast industry, and I just think it's awesome.
Is that something on his mind when he's with you training, that he wants to show up for them?
Yes, he wants to represent, and he's said to me multiple times that he's one of the only male gymnast that has been recognized, and it's been something where it's been talked about, it's been posted about, and now people are interested in the male gymnastics teams at the Olympics, and he's just I have a big shoe to fill, and I want to represent the whole entire thing so I can show those kids that want to be gymnasts and want to pursue that, they want to do it even more because they see Steven. He goes to the Olympics. He's now on Dancing with the Stars, and he's done so much with his life. He just wants to be an inspiration in that, which I think is really awesome.
You have your own goals in everything that you want to fulfill, and now you have this whole other person who has this whole other weight.
Yes, exactly.
Is that an insane amount of pressure for you?
I mean, no, I find it more motivation, honestly, because I'm I have my thing that I want to show, and I hope I can just show that every day living my life. But with Steven, it is honestly a little bit of pressure because I want to make sure that he fulfills what he wants to fulfill in his time on Dancing with the Stars. So it is a little bit of pressure, but I'm more just motivated to make sure that we really do well and he has the best time on the show, and we just make the most out of the experience.
What was your first impression when you walked in the room?
I would have to say my first impression was just happy, nice, nerdy guy. That was my impression, and that is exactly what he is, and I just love it.
Your last partner, Harry, was a foot taller than you?
Yeah, he was very tall.
Now you have somebody it looked like you guys are pretty eye level.
Yes.
Does that work in your favor?
It's very nice, yes. It's I dance, and I just feel like I'm dancing with the same body, and it's yeah. It's so nice to have somebody that is on my eye level and just has that, there's just way more capability with that. It's hard when someone is super tall. It is nice to have a partner that is, a little bit taller than you, but, you don't really want excessive height because it can get tricky.
Do shoes really matter? Are you going to try and give him, a little few inches?
Yeah, so I will probably wear a lower heel because it is more comfortable to have a guy that can, be taller than you, so for all the turning stuff, over the head stuff. So I'll wear a heel that's a little bit shorter than my normal stuff, and then he'll have some lifters in his shoes.
What kind of heels does Dwight Howard's partner need?
She needs 6-inch, 7-inch heels. I don't even think those are possible, but they're gonna have to make them.
That's a 2-foot difference, right?
Literally, it's insane.
Is it even more than that?
It's insane. She watching them stand side by side, even when she has heels on, she is the height of his legs.
Did that ever cross your mind that somebody like that could be your partner?
Yeah, it definitely did. I have to prepare for everything.
Would that stress you out?
Maybe a little bit, but also you can do a lot of cool things when someone is taller than you. The dance can look really cool, and the lifts you can do are so cool because he is taller than you and so much bigger than you. So it's there's pros and cons to each height. It just kind of just matters how you go about it.
Did you watch any of the previous female gymnasts from Dancing with the Stars before?
Yes. I mean, I watched every single season of Dance with Stars until I was on. Well, I mean, I watched my seasons too. Well, my season. But, yeah, I watched Suni, I watched Simone, I watched Lori, Allie Raisman, trying to think of who else was on.
So when you got a gymnast, were you pretty excited?
Yes, very excited because I'm I know they have coordination. And, I know they can, figure it out. And also, most of all, I know they have work ethic. And I know they understand, they have to work hard to get something. And so that's, my main thing is I'm just so glad that Steven has the work ethic. And, he's had a tough coach before. And, I will never be mean to Steven. And I will never, try and be rude. But he's had some mean coaches in his life. And he knows, what it's like to be yelled at and to be, told stuff, and it's not defeating to him, it's motivating to him. And I saw that with the female gymnast, so I just was so excited to find out that Steven was my partner because I'm this is gonna go well.
Is Steven going in it with eyes on the prize?
yes, 1,000%. Every single day. I'm like, are we going to win this thing? He's like, yes, we are going to win this thing. Like, I think we are just both manifesting that for ourselves, and we are both so competitive. Like, we'll both just get in that competitive mode, and we really just, like, I don't know. Like, I want it so bad. I think it would be so fun. And also, Steven wants it so bad because it's just, like, to win Dancing with the Stars from, like, being just, like, I don't know. Like, I think it would just be so cool for the both of us. But, yeah, we're both going into it every day. Like, let's freaking win this thing. Let's do all we can to get to that point.
What does winning Dancing with the Stars bring?
For me, it's, like, my inner soul. Like, to, like, be able to, like, say that I won Dancing with the Stars would be insane. Like, I literally get emotional thinking about it because it is my biggest dream. Like, it is my biggest dream to be on the show, and I'm living that, which is honestly all I need. But to be able to win the show would just be so huge. Like, literally, I just get so giddy and happy thinking about it. And who knows if it'll happen, but I just know it would fulfill a lot of dreams on the inside. And it would tell the little girl that always wanted to be on Dance with Stars that she can do anything. And I just think it's awesome.
When you walk by Lindsay's mirrorball,
yes.
What do you think?
I go, that should be mine. I'm going to get that one day. That's soon going to be in my house.
Where does she keep hers?
She keeps it in her office in her house. It's in, like, literally a case, like a glass case. I'm like, yes.
Do you know where you'd put yours?
I don't know where I'd put mine. I said in press at GMA that I would put it right beside my bed, which I think I'm going to do that. I literally have a little dresser that's right across from my bed. I think I'm going to put it on that, so every time I wake up, I go, yes, happiness.
Do you like all the things that come with being on Dancing with the Stars, like going to Good Morning America?
Yes. No, it's so amazing. The opportunities that you get through Dancing with the Stars, and, like, literally it's just as simple, like, as you fly to New York, Delta One. Like,
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. Like, I didn't know what that was, but, like, you lay down when you fly and you get meals. Like, that is crazy. I have never flown, like, luxurious like that. So the things that come with that, I'm just like, what is life right now? You get to GMA, they, like, have a little gift box for you. They have, like, I don't know, it's just so cool. And you always imagine of going on Good Morning America, and you always see people going on Good Morning America. So actually being there is just so surreal. And, like, even though I've had a first season and I've experienced, it's still like, wow. Like, what am I doing here? This is insane. It's just so crazy.
And you were part of the opening number on that too, no?
Yes, I was.
What kind of training was that like?
The day before Good Morning America, we all got together as pros and just Val and Jenna choreographed it, and then we all learned it, got it together. We went to Good Morning America, practiced it on the stage with the music, and then, yeah. It's just like we're professional dancers, and it's what we do. You tell us to do a dance move, we can learn it in seconds, and we'll just figure it out. It's crazy. I'm like, but that's with anything, you know? Like, Steven, for example, like, we went to the gym the other day, and he just, like, all of a sudden whipped out these pommel horse moves. Hasn't trained or done pommel horse since the Olympics, and he can just do it. And it's like, can you do, like, some flares? And he just, like, does it. It's just crazy. Like, when you devote your time to something for your whole life, it just becomes, like, second nature. It's like walking to you or eating or talking. Like, it's just so crazy.
What's it feel like for you to be 19, to be with the best in the world, to be able to do this on TV?
I don't know. It's crazy. I pinch myself every day. Like, I feel like in the last year, I kind of aged a bit. Like, I feel like I experienced a lot of life and a lot of things.
You definitely have.
I've experienced too much.
Was that your first podcast?
Yes, you were my first podcast, and now I'm here.
What a crazy trajectory.
Who knows what's happened, but I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot. And so I feel like I've kind of aged in a way, but then I go back and I think I'm only 19. And I'm doing all these amazing things, and I truly just, like, look back at it, and I just go, wow, I am so grateful. Like, the year that I had was crazy and a whirlwind, but truly I'm just so grateful for what it brought and the amount of dreams I was able to accomplish in that year.
What really sticks out over the past year that pinch me moments?
Pinch me moments. Honestly, everything. Being on Dancing with the Stars was a huge pinch me moment. When I went to F1 in Miami, that was a pinch me moment because one of my favorite restaurants is Raising Cane's.
Oh,
and
the best.
I literally got to go to the Raising Cane's booth, which is insane. There was so many cool people that I've like always seen online or just seen everywhere, like singers, actors, all the things, and I got to see them in the flesh. It was just crazy. I'm trying to think, there has been so many pinch me moments. Like honestly, all of tour was just a pinch me moment. Like being able to feel the atmosphere of people and being able to feel the love, and like it's something that you can't match. And I just think that was a huge pinch me moment. All of tour and being able to travel and see these people and perform and do what I love was a huge pinch me moment. Let's see, what else? I went to New Zealand with one of my friends, with Markel. We got to travel for free and stay for free in New Zealand. And
What was that for? Just fun?
It's for something I can't really talk about yet, but we'll be able to talk about it in summertime. But it was just really fun. We got like a free trip to New Zealand, got to do fun things, went bungee jumping. That was just insane. I got invited to the ACM Awards, which is really cool. So it was like being on that red carpet. That was one of my very first red carpets and like press like that. So that was really cool for me. And that was just huge. And being there with so many other big artists and people and influencers, it was just like, what am I doing here? But like, I love it.
What do you think's been your biggest growth as a person?
Ooh, that's good. That's a good question.
You did like the craziest thing. You're on like the number one TV show and you made it so far, and like
I think my biggest life lesson that I learned in the last year was like, I don't know, keeping it within your inner circle. You know who's there for you and you know who's going to be there for you always. And so like nurturing those relationships. And I think like, yeah, just staying true to who you are. Like, I think that's the biggest thing. Always like rising above the occasion, never like getting into things too much, and just like living your life for yourself, but also like being there for the people that truly have the best interest for you so that you can always be uplifted. Like surrounding yourself with the best people that want the best for you, and also you want the best for them.
Would you say Lindsay was almost a mentor?
Yes, for sure. Oh my gosh, more than a mentor. She was like
a sister.
No, literally she was my sister. No, last season I called her after every single rehearsal and was like, what do you think? Like, what do you think about this? She literally helped me with everything. And I will say, like, yeah, she was in my ear, like, helping me with everything. Like, just as simple as, like, how do I respond to this text to this person? She's like, do it like this. I'm like, great, love you. You're the best. It was so funny because there's been times where, like, I've done press and they're like, she has such a great PR team. Like, she's doing such good answers. And I'm like, it's Lindsay. Like, I FaceTime her before. I'm like, how do I respond to this? And she's literally, like, helping me every step of the way. It's just the best.
In terms of other teams, how do you think a rugby player's skills set will translate to dancing?
Well, I feel like for her, her athleticism will really help. And I think, like, she's just so athletic and she understands work ethic. And, like, for example, like a football player on the show, I think it's going to carry over to that. But again, she's the first rugby player on the show, which I think is so cool. And I just love Ilona. Like, watching her on TikTok, I love what she stands for. I love what she does. She's just a powerful woman. And the fact that she's the first rugby player to be on, I think is so fitting. And I think she's honestly going to do such a good job on the show.
Do not be humble. How much of an impact do you think your social media presence last year on the show impacted all of the dancers this year?
I mean, I think it definitely showed them that they need to post, because me and Harry made it really far because we were very involved on social media. We were very involved with our lives, so I think it really helped. But I think they saw me on tour and they saw the grind and they saw that, like, outside of the show, I have a job, and that's posting on social media, posting brand deals, and that's my job outside of the show, and that's something I do to continue to be on socials. So I think they saw that on tour, and they were like, wait, this is like a whole nother job for her, and this is something that welcomes everybody. Anyone can post. Anyone can post anything, so it's just like, I think they see that, and they're just like, it helps. And it's like, obviously, we're entering a new generation. When Lindsay was on the show, social media didn't really matter. Like, it was like the only time those people saw you and were like, I'm going to vote for that person, was on the show. But now there's so many outlets and so many things you can do to help yourself continue to stay on for weeks in advance. It's because you're posting on social media and people are falling in love with you. So they see you and they're like, I'm going to vote for you. Like, maybe I didn't see your dance yet, but like, I'm going to vote for you because I like you as a person. I think you're awesome, you're having fun, and you like this experience, so I'm going to vote for you because you're just having fun.
Do you think you're going to use the same rules from last year as far as how much you posted, or are you going to go even harder sharing more now?
I feel like I'm going to go even harder, like posting on social media, because I understand now and I feel like I'm a lot more experienced. Like, I remember it would take me so long to edit a simple get ready with me last year because I just wasn't as rounded in that.
Were you confident in it too?
No, I wasn't as confident as I am this year. Like, I feel like I just post things without worrying. I feel like I kind of fell into a rut just this last summer and on Dance with Stars. I was so worried about what people thought of me. I got really caught on comments and just what people thought of me ultimately. So I feel like I'm going into this year just like, I don't care. Like, whatever people have to say, they're going to say it. And I feel like I have experienced a lot socially and people talking about me, and so I'm at this point where I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna post whatever I want to post, and if it looks good, it looks good. If it catches a lot of eyes, if it gets a lot of views, like, I just don't really care about that anymore. I'm just gonna post whatever I want if it makes me happy, and just like kind of see what picks up. So this season I'm motivated to just post everything just to have fun, and if people like it, people like it. And I know there will be my fans and my people that love me that like it, and those are the people that are there for me anyways, so that's what I'm going to post it for.
A lot of the things that took off last year was outside of the Dancing with the Stars world.
Yeah.
And you were so new to LA.
Yeah.
So every opportunity you just went out and did stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Do you think that you and Steven are going to go out hanging out outside of rehearsals too, doing the LA stuff?
I mean, if we get invited to it, you bet me and Steven will be going together. It's just the best. But something about Steven is we're both just chill people. Like, we're both just nice to chill at home. Like, the other night, me, Steven, and his girlfriend Tess had a game night together. I went over to their apartment. I met their super cute cat, and we played Phase 10 until the night was late. And it was so fun. And that's, like, I feel like my vibe. Like, I feel like I enjoy just being, like, around these people, being around people that are just chill and like to have fun and like whatever. I mean, we are so down to go basically anywhere if we can, but also it's just like, it is important to hang out with your partner outside of rehearsal too, because you want to make sure that you like get that connection and you have the most fun with them. But for me, it's like, I'll do whatever with Steven outside. We drive to rehearsal and drive home from rehearsal because we're actually in the same apartment complex. So it's super convenient for all of that. But like, we'll do everything to get closer as a partnership, but also we will do anything and everything people want us to do outside of rehearsal.
I love that you said that because I'm so curious what that conversation that you guys have is like during Phase 10, you said?
Yes.
Are you guys talking about your routine? Are you talking about performances?
No, not really. I mean, like on our drive home, like for example, today, our drive home from rehearsal, we were talking about dance. Like we were literally talking about what we need to do to make the routine better, what we need to do. We just need to sleep on it. We're going to come back tomorrow and even be better than yesterday. And I think it's so awesome that we talk about it. No, but like at Phase 10, we are completely competitive, working on beating each other. That's what we're doing. And then I'm talking to Tess because she's just the best.
Two competitive people that have something to say.
Yes, literally. It's so fun.
People really wanted Tori Spelling to come on the show.
Yeah.
Have you heard any chatter about her and her pro, how they're doing?
I mean, I've heard she's doing great. I've heard she's awesome. She works really hard. I was really excited that she was put on the show, and I think she has a great pro, Pasha. I think he's definitely one of the best dancers on the show, and he's super great at choreography. And like, honestly, when I was a kid, Pasha was one of my coaches. Like, he actually taught me as a kid how to be a better competitive ballroom dancer. So I know he is such an amazing teacher, and I know he's just going to do so great.
You said Pasha's a great choreographer.
Yeah.
What do you think your biggest strength and weakness is?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And if you don't want to answer the weakness, I understand because
No,
you don't know who's
like,
watching.
I feel like I know more weaknesses than I know strengths. But I feel like my strength is I bring a lot of fun energy to it. I don't make it too serious, but I also can get the job done. I feel like growing up in Utah as a competitive dancer, we just know how to get stuff done when they need to be done. Like if it's like, I need the dance done by Thursday, I will get the dance done by Thursday, and I will make my person get it done by Thursday. May not be the most perfect yet, but we will get it done, and we will have enough for you. Like, I feel like I'm really good at just getting my to-do lists and getting them done. But I feel like one of my weaknesses is I kind of, I get in my head a lot about things. Like, I'll set something and I'll go home and I'm like, ooh, I don't know, which is good. But then I change it, and then I come home the next night, and I'm like, is it good enough? I don't know. That's when I revert to, like, other dancers and my sister. And, like, for example, Mark Ballas has been helping me, who is a past pro. He was Charlie D'Amelio's partner. He's been helping me, so I'll ask him his advice. I'll ask my sisters, who were all dancers. And
Are you showing them footage from that day on your phone?
Yes. Like, literally, it's a group text. I send it out, and I'm like, what do you guys think? And they'll call me with their advice. But truly, I accept help, but I also overthink things. So I'm like, I just need to hear another opinion so I don't, like, overthink where it's just not a good thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
This is Ezra's first time on the show as a
Yeah.
pro. This is now your second season.
Uh-huh.
What advice would you have for him as a first-timer?
Ooh, I feel like I kind of gave him some advice, which was just to, like, have fun. Like, soak in every single moment, because I feel like I was able to do that last year. I was able to sit in it, enjoy every single moment, because you're never going to have your first again. Like, you're never going to be able to do that first episode again. You're never going to be able to have that first rehearsal, to just soak it in and just to, like, obviously take it seriously and to do your job and do what you're supposed to do. But, like, it's not that serious, you know? Like, you get into things and it's more for yourself and your partner to have a good time, and it's just not that crazy, if you know what I mean.
What experience did Steven have prior as far as dancing? Any?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, he has no dance experience whatsoever. He told me that he did something with his college one time, like some kind of, like, simple dance performance, but it was, like, not by a choreographed dancer. Like, it was just more, like, freestyle stuff. So he literally is coming into this with zero dance experience.
Is that hard for you?
I mean, it can be hard, yeah, but, like, he has that work ethic, and he has the athleticism, and he knows he can do the most hard things in the entire world, and he can do the craziest things with his body. So it definitely helps because he has the flexibility. He has the cool tricks. So it's more just like teaching him the technique of it is what we're getting around to.
How is he at learning?
So good. Like, literally so good. Like, I'll teach him something, he'll pick it up. But my thing is, like, everyone is capable of learning something, but they have to want it. Steven wants it, and that's all I can ask for.
What dance style do you think he'll be the best at?
Ooh, I don't know. I think, like, a contemporary would be really cool because he can do so many cool tricks. Like, when he's able to show those tricks, and he's also so strong. We weigh almost the same amount, but he can lift me up, like, with his hand.
Yeah, I saw the video of you guys rotating each other.
Yes, he is insanely strong. Like, so insanely strong. So I can't wait to, like, get into a dance where we can do lifts. And if it's a possibility that we make it to the finale, I think our freestyle for the dance and the freestyle, our very last dance of the whole season, I am already coming up with ideas because I just want to think about the future, and I just think it'll be really fun.
What's the chatter that you're seeing as the response from people?
Ooh, I'm seeing, like, people just being really excited and really upbeat about our partnership. I think people are really excited that I get to have someone like Steven for my second season, and, you know, just like a redemption season, and it's just going to be really fun.
You're going all the way?
Yes. Oh, I hope so. I mean, please vote for us. Please love us. And we're going to do everything we can to make you guys happy. I promise you.
Is tour even on your mind right now, or is it just get the season?
I mean, I definitely know I'm going to be going on tour. And
You are?
Yes, I am.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yes, I made the decision. I'm like, of course I'm going to do tour. It was the best time ever. I loved tour.
Because wasn't last time they had to ask you?
Yes, so they asked me, but they also, like, since I was a first season pro, they didn't know, like, if they were going to use me or not. And so I'm more at the point where it's like, because I'm on the show, I'm going to be on tour, and, like, it's more for a decision for myself, and I definitely want to do tour. I had so much fun, so I'm not really thinking about it. I won't think about it until literally December when we're doing rehearsals for it, but like I know in the back of my mind that I'm gonna do it, and this next year of my life is gonna be fun. It's crazy because it's like you sit there in your summer and you're kind of just like, what am I gonna do? Like, I know maybe I'm gonna do it, and I know maybe my entirety of the year is gonna be filled up, but it's crazy because once you get that call, it's like, okay, yes, from September to November, I'm gonna be doing the season, and then from January to March, I'm going to have a whole tour season. It's like I know what these next 6 months are going to look like, and it's kind of fun.
Is there a come down after the show?
A little bit, yeah. Like after tour, it's kind of just like, what am I doing now? Because it's like after the show, you're like, I'm going to be going on tour soon. And then it's like after tour, it's just like, what am I doing?
So after the show, you're still in dance mode.
Yes, you're still in dance mode and you know it's coming, but then after tour, I kind of felt it. Like, it wasn't like I was sad, but it was more just like, like, it's weird. I'm weirdly free all the time. But what was nice about my summer is I was able to travel a lot, and I still had a lot going on, so it, like, filled my time, but it was weird, like, to go from dancing to just, like, chill. But it was kind of nice. It was good.
I feel like you had to have a plan B if you weren't asked.
Yes.
What was it?
Hang out. I don't know, actually.
Oh, you did?
No, I had a plan B. I probably would have just continued to do my social media stuff. I probably would have taught in Utah. I probably would have traveled. Yeah, I would have tried to just continue to do my social media stuff if that happened. Maybe been open to going to school, going back to, like, being 19 years old again, and just, like, gone to that. But
do you think you can go back to being a normal 19-year-old?
I don't know. I feel like the hard thing with me is, like, for example, I went on dates with people. Like, this summer, I went on a couple first dates.
Where'd you meet them?
Just, like, online or
so they already
through
knew
friends.
who you were?
Yes. Or, like, through friends. Like, one of my sisters kind of set up one of my dates. Like, just kind of stuff like that. I went on dates with people who are older with me, and I went on dates with people who are the same age as me. And I had a hard time being on dates with people the same age as me because I do feel like I have matured a lot, and I do feel like I've experienced a lot of life. So it is like just we are in a completely different ballpark. No, like, offense to those people who are my age. Like, they're doing exactly what they need to be doing at 19 and they're having so much fun. But it's like we just don't really mesh in, like, a maturity wise, you know? And, like, I like it that way. I want to say that I did mature a lot in this last year, but I want to say ever since, like, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at 15 years old, I've had to learn a lot about myself, and I've had to take accountability literally for my life. So I feel like I've just been more of a mature person ever since I was 15 years old, you know?
What were the signs you first realized when you had type 1 diabetes?
So my major signs was I was peeing a lot. I was eating a lot. I was super hungry. I was drinking, like, cases of water. I remember I was at, like, a dance convention for the weekend, and my mom bought me so much water, and she was like, "You're already done with the 6 water bottles I got you? Like, how is that possible? You don't even drink that much in a week." Like, literally, I'm not a water drinker either. So it was just like that. Those were my signs. I had a lot of mood swings. I kind of felt like out of body. And then anytime I danced, I was just like, I'm not giving enough. Like, for some reason, my body just, like, couldn't do it. Like, if you're someone who likes to work out or run, like, you kind of understand where it's just, like, you want to do something, but your body's just, like, not giving the energy you need it to. And you're just like, what's happening? Like, it's kind of like when you're sick. Like, when you're sick or you have a cold or you have a head cold, your body just, like, feels fuzzy and just not good enough to do what it needs to do.
How does it affect your dancing now?
It shouldn't at all. I mean, when my blood sugar is stable and good, I'm usually a great dancer. But if my blood sugar is high, I'll feel kind of icky and I'll feel, like, not good. And if my blood sugar is low, that's a mess. Like, I just am kind of like, whoa, I don't know how to dance. I don't know where my body is. So there was a couple times, I'll always make sure that my blood sugar is literally perfect on show days, but, like, there will be times in rehearsals where my blood sugar is low and I'm like, I need to take a second and I need to sit and eat a snack real quick. Or if my blood sugar is high, I'm just kind of like, I don't feel great. But yeah, I'll always make sure my blood sugar is really good on show days, but like on tour it was really hard. Like there'd be times where I'd be dancing and I'd be like, I don't feel good. And then
on stage?
Yes. Like I'd be like, my blood sugar is low, so I would go off. They'd always have fruit snacks for me on the side, or like an orange juice, something like quick sugar. So I'd go off, try to eat as much as I can, but the show goes on and I'll do whatever I can. But there was a lot of times where I really did not feel good and my blood sugar was not good, but I just still tried to put my best foot forward and make the best show for the people watching me.
I brought you M&Ms. Was that a good choice?
Amazing choice. I love M&Ms, and they're a perfect blood sugar spike. It's amazing.
Perfect.
Yes. Perfect snack.
You said that you were going on dates.
Uh-huh.
What do you look for, like, for going on dates? Like, what's a fun date night for you?
Literally anything. I'm open to it all. I feel like I went on a lot of fun dates. Yeah. But the thing about, like, Utah dates is they're all kind of the same.
Soda? What's the soda place?
Yep, soda. No, this is a classic K. For my Utah girlies listening in, or any Utahns, please let me know if you have gone on a date where you went up the canyon, you went on a picnic, you maybe painted, you maybe ate, and then you went back home.
Is that the standard there?
It's a standard. They go up the canyon. We have a picnic. We either like go get food for the picnic, or we just like have a picnic. I don't even know. And then you just like talk, which is fun. Like it's a really fun date, but I probably went on those dates a lot with those people, different people. Like, so let me know, girls, if you've done that before. Thank you. Or anybody. Thank you.
Are you going to be dating here, or is this all focus on dance?
I mean, I'm very focused on dance, but I'm very open to it. I'm very open to meeting people down here, and I think it could be fun to meet somebody down here, and I don't know, we'll see where that could go. But yeah, I'm very open to going on dates here, and I think it is good to like release and get your mind off the dancing, because I'm somebody that hyperfixates on something, and because it's my passion, I'm very passionate about it. So I'll make it my whole personality trait. So it is very nice to be able to be like, okay, let's not think about the dancing right now. I've thought about it 12 hours out of the day, so let's go do something for myself, you know?
Have you ever danced around the idea of you and Lindsay being on the same season together?
I would adore that. We've talked about it, and truly I would love that so much, and we've definitely thought about it being a possibility, but just for her and her life right now, it just doesn't quite work. And yeah, it just wouldn't be like the most easy thing for her, but I would literally adore it. And we both know it would be so much fun. Like, oh, imagine like just seeing her at the rehearsal studios. Like, oh, that would be so nice.
What kind of sisters are you? Would you still get feedback on your routine after showing her on your phone?
I think so. Like,
yeah?
I think we would help each other. Lindsay, it was so funny because she said last year, she's like, if I was on the season with Rylee, I would probably focus on her more than I would focus on me and my partner. And I'm like, oh, you're so sweet. See, for me, I'm just so competitive. And I honestly am like, what can I tell you to do better? Because, like, you're just already that good, you know? So, like, you're fine. But, like, obviously she'd be able to still give me a lot of pointers.
How many mirror balls does she have?
She has one, but, like, she's just good. Like, she is really just, she was such a good pro when she did it. She had partners that could not dance, had never danced a lick in their life, and would get to the finals with them. Like, no doubt. Like, she was just that good. She had a really good partner that she won with, but, like, she would really, like, push the best out of her partners and put their best foot forward, and she just did so well with each person.
Is there anyone on the show this season that has a dance background as a pro?
As a
celebrity? I hope the pros.
I mean, I hope they have dance backgrounds. I think Chandler Kinney, Brandon's partner, I think she has some dance experience. I mean, watching her, she is very talented, and I think she's danced before, like the other stuff, not ballroom, obviously, but I think she's done like hip hop and jazz and all that. She's very good. I'm trying to think of, I don't know. I can't really think of anyone who has had like prior dance experience, but I know Chandler has.
Who are the top 3 threats this season that you're worried about?
Ooh, okay. I think Ilona is probably a really good threat because she's just awesome. I love her, so I know people love her. So I think, like, she could be a threat to us as well, and I know she's probably going to kill it on the dance floor. Like, I've already seen, like, certain things that she's done, and I'm just like, you're going to be good. Like, you're going to be really good, which is awesome. Let's see, who else? I think, honestly, Chandler will be pretty, like, good competition. She's just a good dancer. I'm going to give you like 4, if that's okay. I think Dwight is going to be really good. Even though he is really tall, he has such good rhythm. And, like, I've just seen clips of him. I actually haven't seen him dance. But I'm like, you're good. Like, you have that natural rhythm. You, like, feel good in your bones. And I think you're just going to be really good. And then one more, I think Joey. I think he's going to be really great. I think he's going to be super endearing. And he had such a good Bachelor season, you know? So I think it's only bound that he's going to have a great Dancing with the Stars season.
I just want to say good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck to Steven.
Thank you.
Dancing with the Stars every Tuesday.
Yes.
Guys, go follow Rylee on all socials. She can link down below.
Please.
I can't wait to see you kill it.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Lightweights, out. That was so good.
Good. I'm glad.
Thank you so much for watching that podcast. If you liked it, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, Ezra Sosa comes on in the very next episode, so hopefully I'll see you soon.